Greetings, yeah. Greetings. Tini, ye still in. Yeah. We are here. We are here. In the control room. Yeah. Yeah. All praises be. Ye blessed heart of love, heart of celebration, heart of Sabbath, yeah. Rastafari, Eli, Holy I, and I, God Almighty Jah. Rastafari receive and I, is the most I, Holy Eternal Father. And Bakados is the kind of Selassie I, yeah, Empress Omega 2, yeah, Empress Hannah Medium, Mehedet, Selassie I and I is this moving through. Selassie is 2 and 1, yeah, and I. Blessed Holy Divine Trinity 2, yeah, prophetess, priestess, and queen, or empress, yeah, and into I and I, Selassie I 1, yeah, prophet, priest, and king, into the Kudusan, yeah, where I and I, Alpha and Omega, await them. Holy I, Sila, Selassie I, Amanu, Amen, and I, Amanu, Amen, and I, yes, I. You already know I'm more love and I'm more life. It's a blessed heart of Sabbath. Yes, yes, indeed. Rastafari, I receive right now. Answers of the Most High, turn the Father, this blessed day of remembrance. So the Most High, Jehovah, God, Rastafari, and the Father, strength and Redeemer, who teach it up in us, and every day out of flesh. Most High, Rastafari, blessed, reverence for winds international, heat, air, water, skyline, and sea, as jaws in the being is now, and forever shall be, word is out, and glory be the word, glory be the power, glory be the sound, glory to the Father, glory be to the Son, and glory be unto the Holy Divine Mother of Iration and a celestial matrix. Yes, I, Holy I, Valley, I, Sila, Celestia, Jehovah, God, Rastafari, yeah, reverence for winds international, for galactic wings, universal, most high, Rastafari, yeah, man. And I lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh thine help. Thine help coming from the Lord who made thine and the earth. Rastafari, the Most High, eternal Father, Jehovah God, Rastafari shall not suffer thy foot to be moved. Yet he that keepeth thine eye shall not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth thee shall not slumber nor step. And the Lord is thine eye keeper, and the Lord is a shade upon thy right hand. But your protection, the sun shall not smite us by day and the moon by night. Our Lord shall preserve us, and shall keep I and I here from all evil. And I, Rastafari, shall preserve I and I soul. Yeah. Holy I, Valley Betai, Most High Rastafari shall preserve I and I going out and coming in from this time henceforth and forevermore. Yeah, that shall preserve I and I going out and coming in from this time henceforth and forevermore. I and I, Eli Selassie, Jehovah Rastafari, seal up I and I Trinity and turn towards the east, towards the rising of the sun. Most High Rastafari preserve I and I going out and coming in, yeah. As that sun is preserved, going up and resting. Yeah, it sets. Yeah, man, it is preserved throughout all generations. And so Joshua preserve I and I going out and coming in, yeah? Jarastafari. Sila, Selassie. Emmanuel. All praises be to give thanks this day. Let Jah be praised. See, this day is a commemorative day. Yes, it is a remembrance day in this judgment on this Sabbath day on the 24th of year, moon of December. You already know. But the Hebrew calendar, this is the month of Kislev or Chislev or Kislev. Yeah, the ninth month on the Hebrew calendar. And I shall call to remembrance and heroes of old, yeah, and gods that lived in them and through them. Yeah, I'm talking about Judas Maccabees and his brothers, yeah, Jonathan, Matthew or Mattathias, and the other John, yeah, and Simeon, the high priest. You don't know, we do give thanks to Rastafari, yeah, and their father, Mattathias. Yes, we do give thanks this Maccabean era. Yeah, it was a judgment era or era. The scene wherein the um, Grecians and Syrians who mixed with I Hebrew Israelite Cushitic race had power in I land, and they were Hellenizing the land. See, they Hellenized the place. You had all these different type of Jews in the place, claiming to be I people just because they were black. You understand? But these were people that abided by the laws within the Tanakh, or which is what you call the Old Testament, and other books and scrolls. But then a new time came and just said it's not to do away with that, it's to embrace the new, you see, and not dwell so much on the old, because what is old dies. See? So if you're gonna call it old, then you must know that the day will come where you will have to embrace something new. Yeah? No one is saying to discard the old, you see, but to immerse yourself in the past like that and not move forward is really death. And we see it. All of these different religions and religious groups and sects and cults and these different organizations or religious organizations anyways. You see, we could go back to Mormons and Joseph Smith and those boys. He was an antichrist. I exposed him. See, they all fall very, very short. You see what I'm saying? They ain't really got no works. And anytime you see the works, it's always for evil. Always. Holy Manuel I Selassie Rastafari. You must relinquish all of your power and your authority and all your riches and all your glory unto Rastafari in this time, because you have all failed humanity. The Christians, the Hebrew Israelites, the Moors, the Nation of Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, yeah, you've all failed mankind. So therefore, in this time, it is Rastafari that must take full control. Yes? Yeah, man, hand over the reins to Rastafari and you'll see a much beautiful world, a much better world, a much, more inclusive world, yeah, and fruitful and peaceful, yeah, and prosperous, industrious, yeah, rich in love. Yeah, the Most High Rastafari. So we honor this day and we honor our fathers, and our mothers that bore them, and their empresses who were there by their sides. Yeah, yeah, man, we do give thanks. But the thing is that, as I revealed so many things. Yeah, because I come to decipher all of these myths, yeah, and bring everything into proper context, yeah, most natural. So, as I already proved to you, the book of Maccabees should be after the book of Acts, or it should be, yeah, inserted right after the book of Acts. That's where it should be, because as the black Christ in flesh, I dispatched my disciples, yea, and apostles into the nations to go and regather children of Israel who are scattered in all of the nations. This includes African nations. Seen, because we were regathered before that. Jehovah stands. We were regathered to our African lands, and because of wars and incursions and all of these things, we dispersed. And so we ended up in the land of Greece. The Mount of Olives is in Greece. Patras, those small little islands down there, the Grecian townships by the Mediterranean. Down there you have Patros, which they call Patmos in the Bible, which is where John the Baptist was sent. There was a prison there. It was a fort. And Herod Antipas sent him there. Yeah, Herod the Great. See? So what I'm saying is that Herod the Great, obviously, his stronghold was in Greece. Yeah, Mount Olympus and those places. Yeah, Sparta. Yeah, and then they fell. Most natural Rastafari scene. But those people, they realize they cannot invade Ethiopia. They cannot conquer Ethiopia. See, all they can do is slither their way into Ethiopia in disguise as Hebrew, Cushitic, Israelite people. And so this is what they did. They realized they need to take the throne and they can't take it by force. So it's going to take time. And there's many kingdoms in Ethiopia. Seen, but the reigning kingdom above all kingdoms is that of Axum. And wherever the Axumites move and set up their kingdom, it becomes the superior kingdom. Yeah, and the throne of David is there. You see what I'm saying? So you had some kingdoms in Ethiopia where these people incognito now, right? Because they're in disguise as our people, they take the throne of some nation and then some other nation and then more nations in Ethiopia to try to take over. So this was the plan. They realized this is the only way to do it. Do you understand? So what I'm saying is that according to historians, they don't know where these Maccabees were, the Maccabean period, or I should say this Maccabean family, the clan, Judas Maccabeus and his brothers, after his father made a trad, Judas Maccabeus. They don't know where he comes from. But they know that he invaded Italy. He marched via the Appalachians into Italy and conquered them and fought wars there. He remained there for about a decade, crushing shittily. See? And then he killed Apollonius and took his sword. This is all in the book of Maccabees, the first book of Maccabees. It is recounted there. You see what I'm saying? It is recounted there. Yeah, yeah. We can go and find the chapter right now. But we have been down this road before. Yeah, we have been down this road. Glory be to word, glory be to power, glory be to a sound. Yeah. So our Judas Maccabeus, who was our David of that day, he killed Apollonius and took his sword. Yeah. It is in the book of Maccabees, the first book of Maccabees, chapter 3. Okay, so you could read it. It is a lot to read. But I already proved that Judas Maccabeus is none other than Josephus Flavius, the so-called Jewish historian. They call him a general, they call him a leader, but they kind of want to just like reduce him to being a historian because he wrote books. The Antiquity of the Jews, the War, the Veda. Yeah, these three books are the main books that confirm what the Bible is saying because these books existed before the Bible, the New Testament, anyways, was compiled as the Septuagint and promulgated to the world. Yeah, exactly. So, our people returned to the land of their fathers seeing, are closer to it, which we're talking about Egypt here, seeing, and you could even say maybe down by some of the foothills of some of the Ethiopian regions. You see, and so our people were gathered. We're talking about after I and I dispersed or dispatched I and I disciples to go and regather my people, was to bring my people together, bring them home, bring them closer and closer and closer to home. You see what I'm saying? But they have to accept this full truth before they can go home. You see what I'm saying? While in our home, there are many different nations of people, even African peoples in our home. You understand? So it says that after Antiochus the fifth, who tried to kill our people, he passed some law to kill our people because our Mattathias decided he's not gonna bow and drink pig blood and eat pig and sacrifice no pig on the altar in the temple, and there was a revolt, and Mattathias fled into the hills with his children, his sons, and built up a guerrilla army out there, seeing, and then his son Judas became the head of this army and fought many, many wars and won every single one of them. But he took Apollonius' great sword and then he fought the rest of his wars with it. Seeing. So what we're saying is Simeon being our high priest, he was there. He became a high priest. Josephus Flavius is Judas Maccabeus, who is also Akbar the Great. This is the Indian folklore they stole from Egypt. Because remember, they found the Dead Sea Scrolls and then they partitioned them. They partitioned the Dead Sea Scrolls and auctioned them off to the highest bidder. Okay? And we have hold on, Judas Maccabeus, Akbar the Great, who is Emmanuel of the Bible, the New Testament of Isaiah, the virgin boy, all of these things are the son of woman, the son of the virgin. This is who Judas Maccabeus is. Akbar the Great, Judas Maccabeus, Josephus Flavius, Emmanuel, and there is one more, Hannibal Barca. The same Hannibal they say marched into Rome and conquered Rome, and then he didn't really conquer it, but he conquered their kings and then left. Well, I proved that it's all the same one. Our Judas Maccabeus. See, who is the son of Miriam. Okay, the Virgin Mother, most natural. And it is recounted in the book of Mark, as I told you. The book of Mark proves that Miriam, the mother of Judas, had many other children. It's in the book of Mark. She had Salome, she had Joseph, she had Judas, she had Matthew, John. Okay, and there's even a Jonathan. See? Yes, indeed. The same John who wrote the gospel and the same Matthew who wrote the gospel. Yeah? And Luke. We're not really sure who Luke is. It's possible that Luke is one of her other sons, but Luke could be Emmanuel. The book of Luke could be written by Emmanuel, but they had to, corrupt it to make, Emmanuel himself, who, sometimes they juxtapose him upon Christ. Andrew, the son of John the Baptist, they try to Romanize I more than anything in that book, the same way they try to Romanize Josephus Flavius or Judas Maccabeus. Seeing, so the book of Luke is very, very likely that the book of Luke is written by our Lord himself. You see what I'm saying? Right there in plain sight. Yeah. But the point is that our people were regathered into these lands, and the crucifixion took place, and these things took place, and the Maccabean family fled into the wilderness. The wilderness, seeing Africa is referred to as a wilderness. Seeing we're talking about the wild. You see what I'm saying? Right. And then it even mentions about how our ancestors dwelt by the desert in Modin, and how Simeon, the last surviving of the brothers, built 7 pyramids in honor of his father and his 6 brothers in Modin, which today they claim Modin is in Israel, southern Israel, I believe. And they said that they found some pyramid, a stone pyramid, just blocks of stones, and they're trying to say that, yeah, that's one of the pyramids, but yeah, what the rest of them there? So, our ancestors, Judas and family, the safest place for I and I to go and hide after Antiochus the fifth, remember, he was the king who set up this edict for our Israelites to bow to him and to eat pig and sacrifice pigs on the altar in the temple, and we rebelled against him. Zin, and so the nations were against us. But when Antiochus the fifth died, the nations started to attack us. We're talking about the nations in Egypt as well, Egypt, Ethiopia, which is where our people were regathered after the crucifixion and all of these things, because the people fled that land that we settled in, the land known as Palestine, Philistine, which they call the navel of the earth. But the navel of the earth cannot be Philistine, Palestine, because we know that the navel of the earth is truly Ethiopia, Egypt. So when they're talking about the city of David, which is where our predecessors, our ancestors, the Maccabees were, or where they resettled, it's because they went and they resettled there. The book of Maccabees makes it uh, clear. They expound that the Maccabees, they settled there. That family, they went and settled in that place called Modin, which is where Simeon, the last surviving brother, fixed the glitches them, built 7 pyramids in honor of his brothers and father. So Modin is not in Israel or Israeli hell, even though that was a settlement of ours. Modin is none other than Midian. We've been through this. They changed the names. Midian. Midian, which is where Father Moses, blessed O Father Moses, on your holy blessed Sabbath day, O Father, Holy Father, Sizzla. That is where he met Midian, our holy blessed mother. Pardon me, this is where he met Zipporah. It was in Midian. Yeah, fix it up. Yeah, no mix it up. This is where Moses met Zipporah, Zipporah, the mother of Gershom and Eleazar, who later become Ashua. Yeah, yeah, man. So those pyramids can be seen in Midian, Ethiopia, which is not far. It is in Ethiopia, but it is also a part of Egypt, because remember, Moses fled on a camel when the 2 brothers were fighting Remember, because Moses killed a soldier, yeah, or a taskmaster, yeah, who was abusing his brother. And then he saw two of his brothers a few days later arguing. He said, "Yo, what's wrong with you?" And they said, "Well, you're going to kill us the way you kill the blood clot man." And then he said, "What?" Them know. And so he fled into the forest. No, he fled on a camelback, Zin, and ended up in Midian, Zin, which is where he met Zipporah and her sisters, most natural, and Jethro. Yeah, Holy I Selassie, Jah. So, I mean, at the judgment, Rastafari live and reign, and we do give thanks for the remembrance of His holiness. You see, and so like these pagans try to say they don't know where Judas Maccabees is from, it's the same way they'll say, or where they settled. It's the same way they'll say they don't know where Hannibal Barca settled. And I mentioned this before, how are you going to act like as if Hannibal Barca and Judas Maccabeus didn't know each other when Rome was their common enemy and they lived around the same time? Don't trust you know, the dates that they put in these books. You must be very careful because they like to tell you that the Maccabean period took place after Christ, after the crucifixion. Yeah, but the crucifixion signifies that it couldn't have happened before, because in your New Testament, I declare that it would be better if your flight is not in the winter or on the Sabbath. Seeing, because the time was coming, the temple will fall, the place is going to turn into mayhem. There's going to be war. I prophesied that the nations will attack her and all these things. Seeing, and that the temple will be destroyed. Yeah, and Rachel mourning for her children and all of these things. Most natural, and that the awful horror will be set up. Yeah, and so the awful horror was set up by none other than Antiochus Epiphanes the fifth, or Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth, set up the awful horror. Yeah, he set up the awful horror, the great abomination in the temple, and he wanted us to bow. That all happened after the crucifixion. And now we know that Judas Maccabeus is really Emmanuel, the son of Miriam, and that his siblings are her sons. So, this is the reason why they took the book of Maccabees out of the Bible, most Bibles, and this is why they put these false dates in it, because they don't want you to know that these things happened in real time. So now let's forward to the book of Revelation, which they put in the end. I mean, it's what they do. It's just what they do. Look at the book of Chronicles. The book of Chronicles and the book of Zechariah should be, I mean, in that order. The book of Chronicles and then the book of Zechariah. Yeah. Jeremiah, Baruch. It's all from the book of Chronicles, them times. Okay? It's from then. They even mention Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada, in the book of Chronicles. Okay? They mention him, this Zechariah. And this Zechariah, we know, is the prophet Zechariah. So why is the book of Zechariah all the way down here when we see in the book of Chronicles that he was born then? You see what I'm saying? Exactly. And I mean, this is the judgment. All praises be unto the Most High Jah. You see what I'm saying? But the book of Revelations, everything took place in real time. You see what I'm saying? Everything took place in real time, meaning the conquering lion conquered them and took the sword of the great ruler. Remember, been here, with you many times in the past, that these things took place in real time, and the city was attacked, and all of these things, and Rachel mourning for her children, and it all took place in real time in the book of Revelation, which is the revelation of the prophecies. And there are more prophecies in the book of Revelation which unfolded and are still unfolding. So, this is the judgment. The book of Zechariah proves that the fact that they speak about Hezekiah, who is a king, maybe 4 generations after David, 5 generations after David. Well, then that book, the book of Zechariah, is supposed to be after the book of Chronicles, or within that range. You see what I'm saying? Also, the book of Revelation speaks about the awful horror being set up by this one and all of these things, and it speaks about Apollyon, exactly, Apollyon, who's really Apollonius. You see what I'm saying? Exactly, exactly. So these things confirm that these things took place in real time. A lot of you people, Christians, whosoever, talking about the book of Revelation unfolding and all of these things, when, as I spoke on this in the past, I proved that there's only one Antichrist to come. You see what I'm saying? And it's the final one, which, when you look at your book of Revelation, it is a book of prophecy. It's a spiritual book, and there are things that took place that will happen again soon. But this is the grand finale. You comprend? Exactly. Because even though Antioch um, Epiphanes, I call him Antioch, he was the Antichrist, is what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. So that is the judgment that Rastafari be praised. Yeah. Antiochus. So, we do give thanks. It's beautiful. I, as our children, still fighting this war, defending this thing here. We still want to trot home. So it's our something to get out of Babylon and to unite our people, because it's our something. And I myself prophesied. It wasn't really a prophecy, but I said that, in the days of this, who was it, the Pharisees and the scribes, I was telling them, confronting them about their wickedness and telling them, you are the ones who crucified all of the prophets that I sent you, from Abel, the first, who is really Amen, okay, or Orisis. I want to say Osiris, but it's really Orisis, Ori, on down to Zechariah. Well, I was not talking about the Zechariah from the book of Chronicles, the prophet Zechariah. I was speaking about a more recent Zechariah. Why would I say that? Do you know how many prophets were crucified and martyred after Zechariah of the book of Chronicles? Okay, so I was talking about Zacharias, the father of John the Baptist, my grandfather, who was martyred for his faith because he kept telling them the Messiah is coming. See? And the authorities did not like it, and so they stoned him between the altar and the garden. See? He is the Zacharias I was talking about. And so I was telling them the same way you kill them is the way you want to come and kill me for speaking the truth. But they all spoke of my coming, seeing, and this is why you killed them. Seeing Jarastafari. You ever had the most high Jarastafari? We do give thanks for this holy, most blessed Sabbath day. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's beautiful. Life. The greatest gift. Blessed, my Empress Jack Khalifa. Yeah. Anything not real get brimstone and fire. Say them a Rastafarian and them a roll like Jagger. Eh? Dash them in the bottomless pit and make them burn like Asha. Yeah, that's my Empress Jack Khalifa blazing that fire. Her earth day is in 2 days. 2 days. Yeah, in this judgment equinox. All praises be. Yeah, this is the winter equinox. Yeah, and therefore, you already know, Snowboy is doing his thing. Yeah, Aquaman, Snowman, not Snowman, because Jeezy, he took that name, you know what I'm saying? But you already know Snowboy, Aquaman, Polar Man, you know what I'm saying? Out of judgment, you see what's going on, check those channels, people do your do. I am real busy, okay? I have hearings, I have all kind of dialogues I'm having with the Bumble Rascal government for many different reasons, is what I'm saying? And many things I can't really disclose right now because it might jeopardize our case. This is what I'm saying. This is what it is. So I just time and time alone. But yeah, hearings and review, revisions and this and that. And yeah, we're working hard to get this thing going. So I'm saying, you already know. Two car crashed the other day in the mall. Montreal actually was in Lachine, is what I'm saying. And I was on an intergalactic flight. I mean, you check into thin air, you could see, and we're still moving, right now. I'm in the control room. We're still bumbleclot moving, people. You understand? It's just a rascal judgment. Yeah, and so you check into thin air, you're gonna see, man. You're gonna see UFO man doing his thing. It is what it is. It's the zodiac in orbit, or I should say in transit. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, and I had to be there for them because the people them know I still, and it's just yo. They're all gonna expect I had to be there. I mean, this is here, and I mean, like, my gosh, I mean, usually when we see him, he's around here. So I mean, like, oh my God. And then I was like, yo, oh, he's there. Yeah, well, the man who lost his life, I could have revived him, but you wouldn't have accepted. You all would have went crazy. And many of you would have called the feds on I and turned me into a villain. Zine, just, in disbelief. You understand? And try to turn me into a threat. Yeah? No, no, no. So I didn't bother, but I was with a lady who was a passenger in a car and she was injured and I took care of her. Her name is Patricia. She's the 58-year-old lady, seen, who was injured, shaken up, but she was okay. I took care of her. Yeah, you already know. It was beautiful. The police, them see me, they're like, oh, they're like, whoa, they're just looking at me because they know who I am, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what is he gonna do? I'm gonna do what you expect me to do. I'll take care of this lady here who's alive. See, because he's already dead and gone. I could bring him back, but you can't accept that. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, all praises be Patricia. Bless her love. Her hands are so soft. They took care of her. Give her some water to drink. You know what I'm saying? Terrible, terrible accident. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rastafari. Yeah, so it is what it is. More judgments. Yeah, Japan is getting pollard. New York, Buffalo, Michigan, Ontario, Vancouver, even Montreal, parts of Montreal got pollard. I went and I ordered some idol food from a little restaurant. Yeah, and these people did not give me the plantain I commanded. I made an order for some plantain too, okay? I made an order for an idol roti. I made an order for, he said he had rice and peas. I mean, I don't really like the rice and peas too much, but the protein is a filler, you know what I'm saying? And I told him put some two plantain pan that with some spinach. He had some spinach. See, I told him put some spinach sauce on the rascal rice. The man give me one little bit of blood clot spinach. Yeah, and then one come disrespect the bomber clot king. You know what I'm saying? And don't give me my plantain. You understand? So that was your fucking judgment. I had to shut down his store for the blood clot night. Yeah, you don't know. The lights went out in Montreal. That was the judgment, yeah. And I posted the snowflake not long before lights went out. It was a power outage. Yeah, ramp with me again. Then I went and I did a jingle, a song for a jingle for Caribbean Food Factory. I told her I was going to do it and I did it. It's the baddest jingle you ever hear in your life. You never hear something so wicked in a good way, It is just, it's tough. It's just, yeah, yeah. Caribbean Food Factory. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I spoke with this girl. Her name is Alicia. Yeah, we're a family. She's my Uncle Lloyd's daughter. And I told her I'm going to give her a sample of the track, which I did. Don't ramp with her and I sing. If you want the track, talk to Anna. We can make arrangements. It's a contractual thing. Zane and this um, project here. It's a little project, you know what I'm saying? It is solely run by the UFCI, not Youth in Motion. Youth in Motion is not included. Youth in Motion have lost their way. They're gone in the wrong motion. Zin, them just have make the wrong motion. So I can't really deal with them because it's just gonna stifle any progress. Zin, I went down there to go and deal with them, and the director there is moving like as if he is not confident in its success. Okay, cool, no problem. Yeah, and I left there. I went to a professional studio, the Body Studio here in Montreal. Yeah, I go, I record a little song for your jingle. Yeah, and I send you a sample. Don't play games. If you want it, let me know. If you go and you play it, if you go and you circulate it, if you go and try to splice and dice it or anything or use it without my consent, okay, I can pursue you. Yeah, yeah. It could be a criminal or civil or financial legal pursuit. Yeah, so don't try and put this judgment because this, like I said, it is solely under the direction of the UFCI, of which I and I am president. Yeah, yes, indeed. And so the artist who recorded the song, his name is Stardust. So I'm saying, yeah, you used to know him as Megadoo. His new name is Stardust. Yeah, Stardust. Stardust. So I'm saying, and our studs. Yeah, he is the Alimans the same way, my person, so you already know. Studs. Yeah, studs. Studd. Yeah? Or no, Studzz. Studs. Yeah, the judgment. You know what I'm saying? So you get the tune from Stardust. See what I go on. If you want to work with it, we can work with it because believe you me, that is the body junkie over here. yeah. Rastafari live and reign. But the sample was sent 2 days ago and no response. I said, at least let me know how you like it. Because she was like, oh, I can't wait to hear it. She was so excited. Okay, respond, no respond. Okay, well then I'm going to respond. Don't make I respond. I shut down Caribbean Food Factory last night for a few hours. You understand? In this bomber blood clot judgment. You see what I'm saying? Yeah? And don't make I have to do that again. Seeing this is a business transaction and we are trying to uplift the spirits of I people during your Christmas and holiday season, heading into your new year. You see what I'm saying? And still that little jingle there, you play it on the radio and stuff like that. People like it. Ooh, and they're going to want to come to your restaurant. It will direct traffic to your restaurant. Yeah. And we are trying to employ the youths them. So I will get calls and people say, I like this. Oh, yeah, you like it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, you want one too? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh. We have youths, yeah, we have youths that they have little studios and stuff like this. We can employ the youths. I mean, this is the main thing, and we show the youths them that they need to get on that type of vibe. Try get your music out there. Yeah, the dub plates, the jingles, the little songs for jingles. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the little mixtapes. Yeah, the singles. You know what I mean? And collaborate, black people, united for change. We need to come together. You see what I'm saying? So you don't know artists link up with people and do things. But you see, I can't tell you too much because then you're gonna try to steal my idea. No, I want to show you. I'm going to show you, yeah? Yeah, man, I'm going to show you. Caribbean Food Factory, rinse the rascal jingle, make the people them here, and make me have to send more judgment your way. So I'm saying, don't violate Rastafari, okay? Because we're all family, and you already know. Yes, it is a big jingle. It is the type of jingle you hear it. It sounds like a number one song. It don't sound like no jingle. You see what I'm saying? People hear it and they like them kind of vibes, and you already know, let's come together and make it work. Enough artists will hear that jingle and they will bad mind and be like, yo, we haven't heard from you in so long, and yo, bombo clot, like, whoa, you never expect that though. Play the jingle, make them hear it, man. You see what I'm saying? If you want to go and play that jingle behind my back, just remember it's registered and copyrighted, so just make sure, you tell whosoever you play that, look, the man's honest shit, so don't ramp with the man's thing. But I just want you to hear the rascal jingle, go ahead. Make them rascal hear, just make sure that word don't get out and reach me, that you're out there playing my thing and people are hearing it, because then we're going to have a problem. Oh yes, we're going to have a problem. It's a simple thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple thing. Anyhow, anybody who's interested in hearing that jingle here in the city of Montreal, I advise you to contact Alicia at the Caribbean Food Factory and tell her you want to hear Stardust's song for the restaurant. You see? Bless, Rastafari. You already know, but yeah, man. Big earthquakes, man, yo, boom, I tell you, it's just rumbling up the place, yo. You had Indonesia, Bali, mashup, Bombaclat, California, judgment, yo, Japan, today, judgment. See me, I say, US today, getting rocked, judgment. Even Canada, parts of Canada, judgment. 8 Bombaclat earthquakes in what was it? 24 hours, US and parts of Canada, including Montreal. Yeah, it's the judgment, people. It's the judgment. When you think it's peace and safety, sudden destruction. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. So, man is working real hard, man. Real hard. And, you know what I'm saying? Rastafari live on me, and I want I people to go through that altar. Just keep going through and see, just see my resume and see what's been going on. Yeah, see how I contacted all the world leaders in 2020. All the world leaders, all of them, all governmental bodies, see, because they were all implicated in the international slave trade of I people. And I contacted them and I told them, you have to release my people or it's the Bombaclat judgment. My grandfather did the same thing. Prince Emmanuel Charles Edwards did the same thing. You understand? And the Nobel Peace Prize was offered to His Imperial Majesty, who turned it down. See, and then they decided they were going to give it to my grandfather, Prince Emmanuel Charles Edwards. But instead, they decided to go and give it to Martin Luther King. See? No, that was the year that they gave it to Martin Luther King. They wanted to give it to His Imperial Majesty. And His Majesty said, no, I don't want it. See? And then a few years later, this was in 63, 64, and then a few years later, no, 63 as a matter of fact, before him dead, a few years later, they wanted to give the Nobel Peace Prize to my grandfather and instead gave it to Coretta Scott King. See? And that was the judgment. And then Bob Marley went and took the Nobel Peace Prize from them in honor of my grandfather, yeah, his twin father, yeah, and the emperor, our father. Yelling mine. Oh yeah, check it out, man. Bob Marley, Nobel Peace Prize, YouTube. Check it out, man. Yeah, they hide these things from you. Yeah, that's the fire. So, yeah, people, the work continues. You see my dada, church, man. You see mash up Barbados, all about. He's just doing the works, flying here and there in his private jet, doing his work. Yeah, man, my dad have a private jet, man. Oh yes, Sizzla Kalonji has a private jet. Yeah, and much more, and much more for come, you know what I'm saying, in this judgment. Yeah, bless it. Fix it up. Yeah, because we are transcending Yeah, and transitioning, most natural. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and transcending realms in this time. Yeah, my powers have increased to um, untold proportions. Um, I don't know what to tell the item. We're praying for this world same way. But zern up, turn up. I'm saying they're all out there. See Showtime doing this thing. They're all doing their thing. So I'm saying, even when you don't hear from them. Yeah, even when you don't hear from them. It's the most blessed heart to Sabbath. We're praying for this world. That's what I'm saying. Um, I'm doing my service. I didn't come to do a service for you, nor a service with you. I just came to teach you. Yeah, about these things. Yeah. They cut down pine trees and erected a little, you know, there were altars, man, saying where they used to worship them false god and things like that with the same pine tree. And today now we know I worship the pine tree and I talk about Christmas and all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? You people think you're in a flipping movie, but it is a movie. It's a dream matrix, alter reality, and it's mine. You see what I'm saying? So you should come I and I way instead of going Babylon way because they're taking you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? At least I and I am taking you somewhere. Some of you people want to sit there and go on because if you're doing something so blood clot great and y'all ain't doing nothing, you work your little 9 to 5, you do your thing, or whatever, man. You do a lot of wickedness too. You know what I'm saying? And you want to go on like as if what you can step to I and I. So why don't you come and step to me and try to put me in my place then? All of you so-called people out there who are going like say I'm doing nothing, then when you see me, man, when time you bum see me, you can come on my Facebook, you can go on the altar, you can go on the messenger, you can go on the IG, even though I don't really use the IG no more. I can't stand IG. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand all of them. I can't even stand Facebook and I can't stand YouTube. But we use it and I only need those three. See? The ABIC website is there. The UFCI website is coming. It's the damn judgment. And then I'm linked with I Fathers and I Gods. So you got Kalanji doing the works, seeing? Yeah, man, I did Kademawi. I did Kademawi. That's a Facebook page. My data servant, see? And we got the Sister Youth Foundation Facebook, and we have his Facebook, and we have his IG, and Big Daddy have him IG there doing his thing, and I mean, you just wait, there's more works to come. Yeah, but I came to link with my superiors. Yeah. So I link with my dada and my other dada, yeah. Aston, our father, yeah, and Sister Kalanji. And then my dada go link with David, Damian, yeah. So I'm more judgment and there's more I can disclose, but I will wait, yeah, because we know that the eye is never satisfied with seeing, nor the ear with hearing, You see what I'm saying? So if you hear and know, because every time I talk to you, it's something different. You see what I'm saying? Holy man with us, Rastafari. So you live by faith. You walk by your faith. Seeing? And you don't know. Be wise and prudent. And wait. Wait and be of good cheer. Mm-hmm. Because I and I have come. The prophet came. The king came. You must expect. I and I must come. High priest came. Yeah. So I know all one. All praises be to Rastafari. We do give thanks. This most joyful occasion. And this most blessed moment. Yeah. Yeah, because we're fighting the same war. And the only reason why I and I people left Modine or Midian, and those regions there, Egypt and around there, Ethiopia, is because the nations started to attack us. The nations that were in those lands started to attack us. That's so we had to run. Seeing? Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. We money with I Selassie, Rastafari, amen, we ran. And you know where we ended up? We ended up in the Americas. We had to run, man. This is where Joseph Smith himself about how he found all these tablets, bronze tablets, brass tablets, and all these things in the Americas and in the States, anyways, and all these things, yeah, man. Because I and I actually went over there, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We went over there, and then we regathered again. Yeah. We'll forward again, man. We'll forward again. Set up Africa, of course. You see what I'm saying? And you don't know. Then came the international transatlantic slave trade. Seen? And they dispersed us again. Yeah. So the war isn't over. Holy Manuel, I still see a Rastafari. Yo, more love, more life. Burn out popcorn. You know, I hear him calling shaggy names. And then he was on stage with his girl, and putting on a show with his girl. And then I hear this little youth and Joshy got into a fight on stage. And you know what I'm saying? And you have TJ, the artist TJ, calling popcorn an idiot. And Sharon Burke, who, you know, whatever. It's just a bag of mix up. Then you got Ninja Man who's in jail and he's calling out Shaba because Shaba is calling out whoever, saying, just leave the youths them, no matter what they're saying, no matter what. Guide them, yes, but leave them, let their talents, you know, bloom. Yeah, man. And so then Bounty Killer's throwing shade at Shaba, and then you got Ninja Man throwing shade at Shaba, and then you got, and you got Cargo throwing shade at popcorn, burger sitting, all of that is to take over, I should say, take the slot of the DJ Khaled Sizzler incident. Seeing more time, hot topic trends for about them say 14 days, up to 13, 14 days. You see what I'm saying? So now they want to get that out of the public's eye. That's what I'm saying. So, this madness, bag of foolishness. Yeah, man. And believe you me, there's more to come. See, it was a judgment. I told you, casting him down. He saw Twitch. That was a judgment. You see what I'm saying? He saw my big gun. He was like, bow. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. I'm saying he tried to shoot her twice, mister. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. And you have Celine Dion. She got stung. She's sick. She's dying. So I'm saying that undead. It's a judgment scene. I have our next thing, got sick. Damn daughter of the king of Monaco. One of the princesses of Monaco sick and dying right now. It's a judgment. I want to just wait, yeah. Bunch of fishes gonna hit rock bottom. You should have known that from that aquarium exploded, yeah. Remember the aquarium? The world's largest standing aquarium with about something like over 1,000 fish in it. Yeah? Yeah, me. It was showtime. Cosmos, or Comet, Astroman, a fragment of Astroman smashed into his bro. A fragment of Astroman smashed into a fragment of his bro Aquaman. Seen? And that was the Rasclat judgment. Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So you just wait for all them fishes to be revealed. Yeah? You're the most high Rastafari. The fire got to keep burning, yeah? I know it's been a while. It is what it is. This is why we're going in so deep. You know what I'm saying? And this one gonna hurt because, yeah, like I said, don't ramp up my order. When I order my food, don't ramp up my food, yeah? Believe you me, I will judgment the shit out of that place till you don't have that place no more. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You, the little restaurant there, Zena come from a little Ita roti and thing. Don't trouble my food. Me pay for the blood clot food. Caribbean Food Factory, see? Another restaurant again, you know. Yeah, mind what you know I do with my works. Yeah, I gave you the thing, it's a sample. We can work. We job people can make it work. Yeah, and I know say because them have a little restaurant there is also a music venue, and so you have artists and things passing through, and believe you me, you know, I mean, enough of them artists I got just bad mind, and I mean, I could just imagine the pressure if you let any of them hear it, the pressure that you guys are under right now. Is what I'm saying, but yet still that thing would be a good look for your establishment. You see what I'm saying? Nobody could make a jingle sound so good, and it would be foolhardy for you to try to find another artist to try to make another jingle for your store to try to throw shade at me. You would just look stupid because guess what I'm gonna do? Watch what I'm gonna do. Rastafari. Yeah, we would just go around you and go somewhere else and make it big. Yeah, make it big. This little jingle thing. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. Anybody can go try, but once them hear my jingle, them go, my jingle. You know what I'm saying? Or my song. Anyhow, Rastafari, worthy of all praise. We do give thanks. See, we don't want no hostility amongst the people, and we have to come make it work. See, that's what we need to do, make it work. I'll pay for the food, you give me my food, more blessings to you and your ass cloth establishment. Now, you play with my food, then it's more judgment for your establishment. You see what I'm saying? And you get a piece of it. Yesterday, lights out. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah? And that goes for all of you people messing with I and I. Yeah? This is just a taste. See? You get used to it. Yeah? Soon you're gonna see even more lights out. Yeah? And that'll be all for now. Yeah, we're praying for the world. Yeah. Bless up yourself, LaShawn. Little Judgment Yard youth. He's from over there, Augustown. Seeing little youth. I buck him up a couple times up at the yard. I even put a little change in his hand because he needed a little change for his little youth and thing, telling me how hard it is. Gangster youth, these youths don't play, and I seen death in his face, And then I told you I went for a walk to go talk to my dad, and some youths came and eavesdrop. Well, he was one of them, and I know me, I'll kill you for that. See, it's just a sign. He's in Zion still, I took him home. You understand? And the time is going to come where he'll be returned and regathered with those who love him, seeing, and those who love Jah. This is just the way it is. It's a sign for you. Don't ramp with the Rasta man. The man came and eavesdrop on me and my dada when we were talking. A man sent him on the mission, but we're youth. Dada is supposed to be your boss. I put a little change in your hand. You're just meeting me, and you see how my dada loves me. I'm my dada's boss, and my dada is my boss same way. You understand what I'm saying? And you see how we move like bosses, and then you're gonna do that. You understand? You should have never do that. This is why he lost his life. You see what I'm saying? That same youth, LaShawn. You hear that? Bless up the little youth same way. But it's a sign, and there's a next youth he was partnering with to that gun. See? You hear that mind shit? Because mind shit is from Augustown, he just doesn't check for data. But that you there is his friend. There's a picture on this guy's Bumbaclaw Facebook with him and LaShawn. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe you should have tried take more time to try and bless up the youth and just call him and show the youth love that could have saved the youth from something. See what I'm saying? From the judgment to come. But of course, you're going to just deny I and I like most of you do. Yeah. But I tell you what, behind closed doors, you can't deny, say, I and I am I and I. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, bless up the youth, LaShawn. Saying, it's just a sign, man. It's just a sign for Uno, man. We love the wickedness. You know what I'm saying? And don't know your place. Do you understand? To love the Lord is to hate evil. See? And the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. You must hate evil. Yeah. How many of you hate evil? Eh? How many of you hate righteousness? That's your Bumbaclaw judgment. You already know. So I'm saying, I want to just stay alert. You see what I'm saying? You see what happened in Mecca or Mega? You see what my son did, Fireman? Yeah, and Firebird? Yeah, you see them? Did you see them? Of course you saw them, man. Of course you saw my son with his arms folded. And my bird boy. Fire boy. Or Firebird. You saw that. That's the judgment. Saying they no going around this judgment. More love, more life. Yeah, see that? That's my cue. I gotta go. Yeah. Eyes to the skies, people. Eyes to the skies.